experience for Windows Azure today. It just released last Tuesday. So you come to the new web page for Windows Azure, windowsazure.com. You'll have a lot of information here. You can drive into pricing, developer tools, and training kits, and even the community where you can get some forum and support and so on. Again, we're going to focus on the free trial, so we're going to show you how to sign up for that. So just in the top right-hand corner, there will always be a link called Free Trial. We're going to go ahead and start with that. Now, you're going to need a live ID to sign in. So what we're going to do is click the Sign Up Now button. There's other information on that page, and you can see that I have a live ID already called Windows Azure Sign Up Test at live.com. So let me just type in the password here. Great, and you can see that the sign-up process is much simpler than it used to be. It used to be a little complicated, but we've worked hard to make it as simple as possible. Now it's really 3 simple steps. And on this first page, it's going to show you what you're really going to get. So on the left, you're going to get each month for 3 months for part of the free trial, you get 750 small compute hours. So a small compute hour is basically the equivalent of running one of our small instance servers for 1 hour. Now, a small instance server has about, it's one CPU with about 2 gigs of RAM, and those are the right size for running most web applications. So you might run 2 of those if you want the SLA to kick in and so on. Now, those are equivalent hours, so you could run smaller instances or bigger instances, but you'll be able to burn up to 750 small hours a month. Now, storage includes blobs, queues, and tables, and you can have up to 20 gigs across all of that per month, and up to 50,000 transactions per month. And a transaction here isn't like a database transaction. This is basically every time you read or write a file or a message into that storage system. And then you will get a 1 gig database in SQL Azure, just big enough to try it out, play with it, see if your data is going to work, find out how you're going to do backups and that sort of thing. And then data transfers, the data into and out from our data centers. Inbound data is always free. Data within our data center is always free. And so you really only have to worry about the outbound data from the data center back to your users. And we give you 20 gigs of outbound data free per month. Now, you will need 2 things. You'll need a mobile phone so that we can send you a text message to verify that you're a real human being, and kind of like a CAPTCHA thing. And then you'll need a credit card, and you will not be charged on this credit card. This is to prove that you're over 18, to try to help avoid fraud and things like that. By default, your spending cap will be turned on. So no matter what you use, when you hit these limits in the free trial, we'll stop everything and you won't get charged at all. So this is truly free. This isn't free unless you shut everything off, free or go over. Now, if you want to go over because you're going to use it and keep using Windows Azure and you want people to come to your website and that sort of thing, then you can turn off that spending cap, and then any amount that you do go over will be charged to that credit card. So we'll just hit the arrow to go next, very Metro-like style. And we have to start with the phone that we want to send the text message to. So I'm just going to type in my phone number here, and I'll blur it out. And we have to wait a second for that text message to come in. Wow, that came in very quickly this time. So I will pick up my Windows phone and type in the code. So 825484. Verify that code. Yes, you are indeed a human being. I'm glad. I was a little worried there for a sec. And then we're going to get to our payment information screen. I'm going to have to blur a lot of this out. But basically, I'm going to have to put in my credit card information number. And again, we will not charge you unless you choose to go over the spending limit. So let me type in this boring information here. And put in my billing address. The phone number, your account information, we will pick up from your live ID automatically. And then you have to read the terms and conditions and so on. I suggest you do that, of course. Check that, hit next. Now we'll start provisioning your cloud space. Now, first of all, what we're going to do is check that the credit card is valid, that we can use it and all of those sort of things. And then set up your account, provision resources for you and that sort of thing. And bam, we're there. So they're going to show you a bunch of information here that you can get started. And if you just click on this Manage link up here, we'll go straight to the portal to get going.
We have launched a new portal, and you can choose the new one or the old one. Of course, we want to use the new one. So anytime you want to come back and use Windows Azure, you would just come to windows.azure.com, log in with the live ID that you created the account under, the subscription under, and you'll have access to your resources. Now, of course, you'll need SDKs and tools and so on. You can get that from windowsazure.com under the Develop tab, whether you're on .NET, Python, Java, Node.js. We just had a bunch of support for features come out for Node.js. All of those different platforms, we have tools for you to use. So here it's loading in. I don't have anything running in the subscription because I just created it. But here's where I could go and create, deploy code, create storage accounts or database service, and so on. So this is the portal. And one thing I want to call out for you up here is billing. Now, there won't be any information here yet. The billing portal has been overhauled as well, so that you'll be able to see in near real time what you're getting for charges, and be able to work with that data so you have much better insight into what's really going on with your subscription from a payment perspective. Now again, you can see here your free trial expires in 90 days. At that point, you might want to upgrade and add a subscription, so to speak. And we also have packages where you can commit to sometimes. So if you know you're going to use a 10 gig database for the next year, if you commit to it ahead of time, you'll get a big discount on that. But that's it. That's how easy it is to sign up and use Windows Azure. Well, thanks for watching. Again, this is Brian Prince, Principal Cloud Evangelist with Microsoft.